We know we can't do this alone.
Where we can have conversations and kids can come who may need a sense of belonging.
Everyone has like a teacher or a place they can go to like cool down.
We are the place where everyone wants to be.
Hi, I'm Tricia McManus, Superintendent, Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, and I am here today at Reynolds High School, home of the Demons, where we have seen for ourselves. Thank you again for being here at Reynolds High School. We started this, I think, right before the holidays. And why are we doing this? Where did we figure this out? Here's why. There's always information out that is not always factual, that gets posted about our school district, students in our school district. Like, assumptions are made a lot of times by what's seen on social media and what someone says. And so I was like, how do we actually get folks that many times make assumptions to actually see what's happening in schools? And so I was like, the only way to do that is actually to go into schools. And so that, and some of you in the room are in our schools regularly, like Richard with the Y, like the Y, folks with the Y are in our schools. When you think about it, our board members are in our schools. Many of you are in this room in our schools, but there are many people that are not. And so what we did was we invited folks from all sectors, and they need to see what's happening in schools. Many of them are partnering with schools, but they might not see the day-to-day. Reynolds really feels a little bit like a collegiate atmosphere where kids have lots of opportunities to learn things of interest to them. You saw students that are in a study period because they're good with their credits, and they've got a period where they're doing their work and they're catching up, and it feels like that very collegiate kind of campus where kids are having the independence to make choices. But something else I saw that was that impressed me today. You saw active learning in classrooms. In an ELA class, kids were reading a book that they all read as ninth graders here, and they love it. Okay.
No need jeans and hand-me-down t-shirt from Sean. Flower dress, shorts underneath for Danny, who hung from a monkey bar, tongue hanging from her mouth like pink candy. The sun shining in my eyes, the sunshine in hers. You remember this? The girl asked, folding, snapping the wallet shut. Of course, I said, wondering how she knew Danny. Told Danny how I remember Sean screaming for us to get down, how he lay on top of us, covering us, smashing us into the dirt. I told her how I remember staring at her the whole time, her eyes wide, the brightness dimming, her mouth open, bubblegum and blood.
So none of this work is possible without strong leadership. And so at this time, I'm going to bring our principal of Reynolds High School up. This is Calvin Freeman. Everybody knows him. But what I will tell you, he's going to share a little bit about, we go from the district focus, but then he's going to drill down to then what does this look like at Reynolds High School?
Thank you all for being here. One of the things that Ms. McManus said this morning that's really important to me is we have almost 1,800 students. I'm always going to tell the story of the majority of our students. Sometimes that story gets skewed by certain things that happen, and we're talking about a small percentage or a small population, and I can't let that be the narrative that happens.
The narrative around what happens in schools sometimes get tainted by one or two incidents, but it gives us a chance to show what school's really about, all the good work that's happening, and all the good things that kids are part of.
Our vision is the place where everyone wants to be. When I came here, one of the things I quickly recognized is that we almost had two schools in one. Our demographics are set up and established where we are a Title I school.
I'm always going to point to our vision statement, where we work to make Reynolds the place where everyone wants to be. And when I say we do that work, I'm talking about administration, our staff, and our students contribute to that as well.
Hey, our key accomplishments. We look at these things, and I don't want to diminish any of it. Again, we're always focusing on authentic student engagement, giving students the opportunities for the best outcome. We have 50+ clubs and activities that we host during the school day. We know a lot of our kids don't get to participate if they're before school or after school. So on Wednesdays, it's been a long time now because of all the weather and access testing and all of that. We have clubs during the day that students can participate in.
Paula, are you in the arts classes?
Yes.
What are you
I'm
in?
theater tech.
Theater tech?
Oh.
So is that like doing stuff, like is it a behind the scenes?
Yeah, we do sound. We set up. We paint downstairs.
Okay.
We move everything around. We do lighting too.
Do the scenery and everything.
Yeah.
For the
So you're getting ready for the productions.
Hades Sound is our next musical.
What is it?
Hades Sound.
Hades Sound?
We're in, yeah. So in America, there's only 2 high schools doing it, and Reynolds was granted to do it.
It's a theme and variation. There are 12 variations, so you're going to hear a lot of different versions of Twinkle Twinkle. But then, like he said, when he gets confused and he blanks, he starts into all these other songs, and we're going to see how many of them we know.
Stay up, come out, everybody else sit down and watch. Alexis, stay up.
All right. English class on the second floor. So besides, so you're like tech design class. What's your favorite class?
AP Studio Art.
AP Studio Art. And so is that like a semester long or a year?
It's a year-long class. We submit to AP Classroom.
Okay.
We have 3D art, 2D art, and drawing.
Okay.
Hey, our school improvement goals. Of course, we're always trying to improve like our outcomes for all students. So we talk about cross-curricular work, like application and critical thinking. We want to improve Math 1, Math 3, English 2, and biology by 7 percentage points. Hey, we want to increase student attendance. The way we think about attendance traditionally, we will continue to struggle with attendance. We just went through a whole month of school where we didn't have a full week. And so when we have those weather challenges, when we have incidents on campus, all of those things affect attendance. And so we try to keep that at 87% or higher. We talk about our staff attendance as well. We want staff to be here 95% of the time. One of the things that you'll see today is you might go to classrooms where we have staff out. I was telling Ms. McManus, we have our biology team. They have a planning day today. That means I will pay for a substitute for 4 teachers. They get together and they go through and they're planning their next units and all of that.
Where are we heading now?
Conversations they may need with particular students. It's a space where we can have conversations and kids can come who may need a sense of belonging. They can start here.
Yeah.
And we help them find the people they need.
Yeah, and Malachi said if he had his way, he'd be here every day.
I love that. But if I had my way,
He would not.
me in the classroom, but whatever they need, we try to
Try to meet them at their point of view.
absolutely where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because honestly, you can already tell he's an awesome kid. What I think that the most important thing is like we have awesome kids that need support.
That's it.
And when they get it like that, look at them.
Absolutely, he thrives.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you all
it.
for coming by.
Did you I'm really glad this was on our path.
we've already talked about that.
Yeah. So the students, like you may not, have you ever used this place? Okay. So not all students, like it is very targeted as an intervention for students that need it.
Yeah, you can always see her walking around the hallways, but I like her because she doesn't like scream at the students. She goes, they sit down, they talk it over, what's wrong, let's go to a different setting, and that's why it's really, really
And you're a junior. Have you seen the overall like behavior and like escalation into like violences? Have you seen that decrease as a result of some of these things?
This year, honestly, it has gone down. Last year was really bad, but I think this year is way better.
Yeah.
So
Do you think things like this?
I think it's honestly really useful. I have a class with him,
Uh-huh.
and then he'll go into class and he don't want to be there. But in here he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do my work today.
So this is very interesting. So he doesn't want to be like, there's probably distractions and things. There's triggers, things that, and so then he comes here, but he's being productive and he's doing his credit recovery. So, but the good news is he's in school, because some people always say, well, just keep kids home or keep them, but he's here, so he does have the outlet of an adult in there that he can trust and speak to. So I'm just, so thank
And
you.
he's
I think everyone
he's a
deserves,
junior this year.
Junior.
I think everyone deserves a place to go. I go to Mr. Boyd's room. And
I know
there's
Mr.
lots
Boyd.
of people just going there.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Boyd, no, this is what happened. We'll talk it over. Everyone has like a teacher or a place they can go to like cool down.
Yeah.
And I think everyone deserves it.
It functions like as a mentor to them.
Yeah.
Because it's a long day. There's a lot of people everywhere. So this is really good for our school.
That's good.
And it's improved everyone's vision.
That's wonderful. I love to hear it.
Okay.
I always tell people, if you want to know the truth, talk to children. Talk to students.
So I'll take you through student path.
This is going to be our new demon pantry area.
What is that?
It's going to be our new demon pantry. Oh, we store food and fresh foods and like sanitary products and clothes and school supplies and stuff for students. Where now we have a closet. So Mr. Freeman's been working on this for years. Title I money is hard to
I know. To use certain things for.
use certain
I
things
know.
for. So that we're in the process of building this, and it's going to be a wonderful facility and a meeting space for parents. We'll have a table in there and hopefully have fresh food and everything. So we have a huge need.
Yes. These things that students have names?
Yes. So I teach my classes based on teaching for artistic behavior, which is rather than everybody producing the same thing, we learn studio skills and everybody produces different things
Love
with the
that.
same concept. So like the sculpture class just had 2 class periods and all they were given was 1 styrofoam cup. And they had to create the most transformative sculpture that they could. These are some examples that Peter.
Is that this class?
No, it's the class that's about to come
Okay.
in. This is ceramics, so.
Some of our projects, it's like a face jug.
I love that.
They're supposed to look mean to ward off like evil spirits.
Okay. I love it. So how long have you been working on this?
It didn't take long.
Okay.
The longest part about it was waiting for this to kind of dry and like harden.
Okay.
So I could put the facial features on it.
Okay.
But it didn't take long.
I love that. So is that gonna, let me look at it. Let me look at it. I don't want to break it.
You're fine.
Wouldn't that be terrible? Okay. Oh, it's in the hardened.
Yeah.
So did this have to go into a kiln? Okay, it went into a kiln. So what do you do next?
We're waiting.
It's in the other one?
Yeah, so we have 2. We have one in here and then one in another
I
classroom.
love this.
But
Some kids are coming from the gym, some kids are going to the arts building. I used to have that, where I used to have to walk from the gym to the arts building. It was a really, it would have me out of breath. It's a walk. It's definitely a walk. Yeah, so that's why I like the 6 minutes. It gives you time to go to the bathroom, take a breath, get some water. Yeah, it helps you. It helps with 6 minutes. So.
First thing I want y'all to do is wash your hands when y'all get up here. And then somebody will start like some soapy dishwater. Alright? And this will be their first lab tomorrow on measurement. That's the recipe. Read the recipe. So the next thing y'all do when y'all come into your lab, it'll be a recipe for each one of y'all. Read the recipe.
beef, butter, brown sugar, and regular sugar in a large bowl until fluffy.
Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do, let me see the recipe. So you need 6 tablespoons of butter. So on the side of this, y'all, it's gonna tell you everything you need. So this is 1 tablespoon, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Measure this first.
But to hear her say, Ms. McManus, after starting these kind of interventions and the culture of our school, she said, behavior is so much less than it used to be. That is proof in the pudding. So for the people that don't get that, for the people that say, nope, that group of kids shouldn't be here, like honestly, they need to come see for yourself and actually talk to students about what's happening.
With an incident that happened, of course there are questions of safety around Reynolds. With us being in the middle of the city, major thoroughfare with a tunnel and all the entry points, safety is always a question. But the relationships we build with our students, we build with each other, allows us to quell a lot of that, and we're able to address safety through those relationships. Students don't mind sharing things with us. Staff and community share things as it relates to any issues that could possibly come up. And so I tend to think, and I think our staff and students tend to think that our school is a safe place, and we're always going to work towards that.